Mm, gone are the days, man. I sing those kind of songs and you're going, yeah, yeah. My God, and tongues come on. There's nothing you can do when you come out there. You're wet shirt, wet skirt, wet, everything on you wet. Gone are the days. They don't pray like that anymore. We don't pray like that anymore. We don't pray at all. We say praise, and we don't pray until we wet. When you come out of church, you're high like a kite. You walk in, you're staggering in hot sun, going home at midday when church supposed to finish at 11 because we're coming back for 7. Church going until 3 in the evening. And then you have to walk to go home and walk to come back. Sometimes it's just one spin or who in the church, let's do prayer and fast. So whole day you're high. When you go home in the night, your father says, well, where you come from? Say, no, I can't really talk to you. You're drunk? No, I can't talk to you now. I just want to lie down. You say, yeah. Not praise. You like praise gonna kill you for me. I say, you lie down. I'm telling you, when you see me on a Sunday night, my eyes red like somebody beat me all day. And he said, not pray you like, I can kill you. I tried. Prayer's gonna kill you though. I can tell you. I said, could you move so I can lie down? I just want to lie down. He said, look at how you beat yourself. I said, just leave me alone. I love the Lord. And everybody had the same dance in church. God on changing. If you can't dance like that, you was not in church in the 80s. Oh, that, that was some days. I remember the good old days. Now they have all kind of songs, scratch your foot songs, you're dancing all over the place, you're whining, you're carrying on. And that was not sanctification in those days. Sanctification is if you can do it good. Forward, backward, forward, backward. When you come on there like you lift weight. We give God for the old time religion. Do I want it to come back? Yes, it could come, but no, it was too strict. You couldn't wear nail polish. All they had to wear was some long skirts. Well, I got used to my long skirt quick. No earrings. In those days, you're gorgeous, like your skin is polished, your fingernail used to shine. You're healthy and strong in those days. And when I find out and you're traveling and you're getting big, and the more you get big, it's the more you say, well, I'm gonna try bowing my ears. But I thank God my grandmother bowed my ears as a baby, so I didn't have to go through that stress. When I came to Canada, I had one side stop, so I had was to plug it back. I don't know how they bow babies' ears. Well, everybody is on now, so we'll go to the topic. No, did anybody bring any ideas today? Well, so first of all, I'm going to say good afternoon. And the name of this show is Texman Warren, the Texman Warren Show. So that means she's going to be the host of this show. I don't know who she is yet. Yet to unpeel the onion to find out who she is. Get to the core. It's taking a long time, but I'll get there. Promise you guys I'll get to the core. Anyway, so we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about today.
Really?
But I just was talking about gone are the good old days. So if you don't know how to dance like this in church, that means that you wasn't a Christian in the 80s. In the late 70s, you wasn't a Christian. You don't know how to dance like that? Now they have all kind of scratch your foot and chicken dance. Doing all kind of dance. God altar and all kind of thing. So if you was not a Christian back then, I'm sorry for you. Those was the good old days. It was very strict. And everything was a sin. If Pastor Fleming was here today, I would have deal with him. in those days you couldn't talk about boyfriend, no girlfriend. It's just fasting, fasting. So what we're doing today, fasting. So we're doing next week we're fasting. What we're doing on Wednesday night, we're fasting. Then we had something called FTH on a Friday night. And FTH on a Friday night is how much people you could have on your side. So we used to have sides. I can't remember what was the name of the team that I was on. We used to get the most drunk people on Lucas Street. All kind of drunk men. And you bring them in church. And we always win. We're the champion. We had the doesn't matter, drunk or not drunk. Hey, come on, let's go to church. And they used to come. And then we will win and we will get the most offering. Why? Because that's when those men and them get paid. So you're drunk, so they pay offering. So we beat Pastor Fleming and them every Friday night. We were champions. And we had some good time in church. If he was here today, I'd show off on him, but he's not here. He's not here, but when he's here, I'm going to talk about that. And then he's going to say, all right, all right, all right. There's no need like to continue the same fight. I can't wait for Errol to come on the forum when he get one of his time, or if he come on vacation, I can ask him to come on one day and I could show off on him because he was in them team, you know. Those days I was in a big girls team. And then they send all the little ones, go get those the drunk men down by the shop. So you go and you get a drunk men and them and you had good teams, you know, but those was that good old days. So let me see what topic we can pull today. So we can talk about church because I just did. I know I had one. Olivet had one. So, Doris, somebody asked. Deshelle is not on Facebook, but she's on her phone. So she asked to send the link for her on the phone. So I thought that I was very good in that. So I sent it to her WhatsApp, but it cannot open. So I don't know what I did. So if you could send it to her, I don't know I don't know where. But wait, I'll tell you what she told me, where I can send it. So she's not on Facebook. So if I can send it to her.
I see her profile on Facebook, but we are not friends, so I would have to search for her and to send it to her.
Okay. So when I go to share now, right? I'm going to share on Facebook, right? I'm going to open up the show on. Who is this person, man? What kind of people is this? Okay. So I'm going on Facebook now to share, right?
Mm-hmm.
What clothes I have on, James? Is this person, man? Okay. So when I share, right? I press the link, or can I send it to her? I'm in Messenger. Even though she's not on Facebook.
Yes, you could just look at her name, share the link, and then look for her name and just send it in Messenger, and she should be able to open it.
Okay. She's not on Messenger.
She is. Did you spell her name correct? I just look her up. I see her. Let me see if I can share it. Messenger. Bishop Smith.
Yeah, D-E-S.
Bishop Smith. Okay, I sent it to her.
You did, thank you.
Yeah.
So keep it because she's not getting the prayer. So you have to keep it and send a prayer to her tonight.
Tonight, what prayer?
The good morning, my unique prayer. When I send it out.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
If you could add her to your list. Yeah. You're doing such an awesome job.
Thank you.
I just sit back and I say, yes, Doris, that's what it is. Take it. Oh, such a pleasure, man. You sending it and the people that I don't even serve know. So I'm gonna stop sending to Gemfm and I'll send one personally to John so he can post up for himself, and then I'll just post it to my page and you can do whatever you want with it. Did we all share Gemfm?
Yeah. Is Deshelle coming? Does she want to get into the room or she want to come on the show itself?
No. I just
okay.
Well, you can give it a code.
I sent it. I see she looked at it, so she should be here.
Okay. Where's Veronica? Internet.
Why am I phone keep?
All right. Okay. Oh yes, I had something to talk about. Where is it? I didn't get it earlier. Folly, last night. Symptoms.
The internet been fluctuating today. He keeps saying that I don't have internet, then he come back on. He been doing that earlier.
We could also talk about clothing, the type of clothes that we wear as adults.
Yeah, it's doing the same.
Yeah, Veronica, yeah, sure you're having the same problem because we have the same service. I was talking and then the call just cut off. When I look, he said you have no internet. Then he came back on. So you've been doing that since yesterday.
I think they're testing out the 5G because when my own go on the 5G now, it's going you can't hear anything. What can I say is that? Too long distant future. How do you get to know someone? So first of all, we're gonna start off with that. Wow, it's already 3 o'clock. Well, we're gonna start off with Minister Oliver Owen. She has a nice one on decluttering. I told her that yeah, I will fail on that one, but I'll try.
Yeah, we talk about decluttering our homes, at the same time when you're decluttering, you must have respect for others in your household. And the reason I say that to her, because I was trying to declutter, the homes, and say it's springtime, it's time to clean up. And I started to throw things out, not realizing that it's not all about me. It's not everything needs to be thrown out. So I got to the point where I threw an item out, and one of my sons came to me and asked me, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm just cleaning out." He said, "Well, you can't do that because, you know, it's not everything you can throw out. You have to ask questions first." So I thought, wow, I said, that's a nice way of putting it. But I'm saying that to say that I could have yelled at him. I could have said, it's time to throw this out, and what's the importance of this. But instead of having an attitude about it, you know, to create peace in the home at the same time, I choose to just be peaceable about it and to just say it's okay. And I return it back to where it was. So I was saying that how quickly we can have our house in topsy turvy, have our house in conflicts and strife, because sometimes small things that we do, that what we really need to do before we do anything is to always ask question, always um, do it in respect so that we won't create animosity in our home for small things. Because sometimes small things can bring a big argument or conflict in the home. We don't really need that, right? So out of that, I thought that would be a great discussion, because sometimes we do things and it can be avoided. But it's just to know that when we do things, we need to be careful what we're doing, take thought about it, and also to respect other people, not other, but in your home, how we're gonna, discard things, or how we're gonna move things around without asking before we take that step. So that was where I was coming from, how to cool it in the house sometimes and create peace in your home just by the small things that we can do. And one of the way I thought about is that ask before you do anything, and if not, try to be at peace at all times and look at both sides before we get um, upset about it or put in our own thoughts about our own words, but just to be careful and on the air of caution, and when we do things in our home and creating peace at all times. So that's what we're striving to. We should all thrive to do in whatever we do. So I'm hoping we kind of have a feel of that. We kind of get because sometimes it do happen in homes. So that's where I want to open this evening to get a good open feel of discussion of what it's like or what can cause these things.
That's an awesome topic, because you can go. It's a very wide topic, and you can take that into your relationship. You could also take it into 20 minutes ago. Okay, so you can also take it in to people that have their hoarders. Yeah. So we can take it all there, because it have some people, when you throw this stuff out, they really hurt. And you're thinking, oh man, just throw it out. But now the older you get, you really get to learn some things about people. And then you get to know that they have this I can't remember the name of the addiction that you call it. Like they addicted to stuff, and they don't want to throw it away, because to them it is the most precious thing, and they have 16 of the same thing, and it is the most precious thing. And when it's time now to do away with it, they're thinking that somebody else wants it. Oh my God, I can save it for the grandchildren, or I can save it because they have like a homeless shelter down the road, and you have it there for moths and rats and all kind of different insects coming into the home, and you keep it. Then we could also talk about like the surface cleaning. Sometimes we have things that we need to really, we have to really go through the house, and throw out things, because being married, and that's something that happened too in marriage. Sometimes we have to learn to declutter. Sometimes the men may not say anything or the woman may not say anything, but they need to declutter sometimes just for the relationship's sake. Like the man may come home and says, "Oh my God, this chair is in my way, and this is in my way," and that also can cause a bit of a drift. In marriage. Sometimes we have adult kids, and adult kids are saying, "I don't want no pink in the house. Too much pink, too much flowers." We have to learn to respect those around us that is in the home. If it's you alone, that is you alone, it's fine. But once we have other family members, we have to learn to respect them in our space. So, Doris, I think, yeah, I'm first here. Doris?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Gemfm listeners. Claudia, that's something that a lot of people have problem with, people not respecting other people's things or property. I can tell about my aunt because every day I talk to her, I hear that boy threw my thing out. He didn't even ask. I told him to leave my stuff alone. He put it in the trash, and all the time. So boys, I think they have a tendency for that. Everything for them is just get rid of that, throw it away. So everything they tell her, "Why are you doing with that? Just throw it away." And then she put it aside because she wants it for something. She go looking for it, it's not there. So I'll be talking to her and she start fussing. "That boy threw my stuff out. I told him not to touch it. I don't need it." So I think it's, I live alone, so I do not have that problem that people moving or such. And however, before I live on my own, I live with family. So we were all young. We had young ones. We live in a place that's cold, that's freezing. So I'll buy socks, I'll buy this, I'll buy that. I get up in the morning, I'm looking for a pair of socks. It's not where I put it, it's not in my drawer. Because of course, one of them came looking and took the socks. And I was like, "Stop touching my things. I buy it because I need it." But did that help? I buy lotion, the bottle is half empty. But we were young, we were all kids. So, they just use everything. They don't go buy that stuff. So they get up their stuff. So when I go, I'm like, "Stop using my cream. My bottle is half empty." So, we fuss about that thing. But do we mean it? No. But I always used to fuss. "Stop taking my socks. I need my socks. That's why I bought them. Go buy your own." So when you live in a family, a big family, you will always have that. Somebody needs something, they see it, they just take it. They don't think about, "Hey, that is not mine, leave it alone." So I think, in life, a lot of people go through that. That's a natural, normal thing, living in a house with family, specifically a big family. But should we get upset about it? I used to talk about it, fuss about it, but upset about it or make it a problem? No. I just go out there and I'll buy some more and I'll, just replace things. So now some people live in house and clutter. I think we call those hoarders. They just buy stuff and they just put it in every corner, in every place. There is no room. That I hate that. That kind of clutter I hate. I don't like things in a corner here, corner there, you can find. So I, like I was talking to, my friend, and I was saying, I need to do some cleaning because if there is things in the garage and when I see it, I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know I have that. I forgot I had it." I said, "Then I don't need it. I need to get rid of it. It's just taking up space." Because if I really need it, I would know I have it and I would be using it. So, sometimes we buy things that we don't really need and we put it aside and say, "Oh, I could use that," but end up never using it. I have packed up so many things, some new, and take it to the thrift store and just drop it off to them and get a tax write-off receipt. Because anything you donate or you give to them, they give you a paper so you can claim it on your taxes. I have tons and tons of clothes that I've packed up, never worn, still have the tags on them because during the pandemic, didn't go anywhere, didn't go to church, so they just stay. Some of them can be worn in Grenada because they are long sleeves or they're too hot. Here you can, use certain things. So when my family was here visiting, they helped me go to my closet, took out a lot of the stuff that I'm not wearing, make room, make my closet feel lighter, and pack it up to donate to the thrift store. Some people throw it away, but there are people out there, even though you don't do, folks, there are people out there on the streets who are cold. They don't have anything to wear. They can use a sweater. They can use a blanket or whatever you have. So if you have things that you're not using and they're in good condition, don't just put it in the trash. Take a little time, drop it off at the thrift store. They resell them, and they resell them for next to nothing, where somebody who doesn't have or can't afford could go get that clothes at a real cheap price for them, because they are, the donation place. They make the profit from donations. So just do that, or just drive the street somewhere where the homeless people hang out or stuff. Have a conversation with them or pray with them. Tell them, look, I have this here. Can you use a sweater? Can you use a jacket? Can you use, a sheet to cover or something that they could use instead of just throwing it? Because so many people have more than they need, more than they want. They just buy it and sometimes they buy. But they don't have the time, or they don't think of that. They just pack it up, put it by the road. Somebody may pass it, take it, or the trash truck pass and pick it up, where somebody else really need it. So be mindful of that, there are people out there who really need it, and instead of getting rid of it, just drop it off. You don't even have to do anything. They have a box, you just drop it off. If you want a receipt, you just drop it off. You go inside, you tell them, look, I just dropped off some, can I have a receipt? So you have some proof to show, if you claim it on your taxes, that you did donate to that Salvation Army or place. So, but now I'm going through that because I have a lot of things that I really don't use, that I don't need, with separating them, those that I can send home, that I can put in a barrel for my family, and those that they can't use or I don't need, just pack it up and drop it off to the Salvation Army. Somebody else out there, they say one man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's true.
So let's not be, and I know a lot of people throw away things. In the neighborhood, there is a truck that drives around. There is people, they drive around the neighborhood and picks up the things that you put out, and they fix them or they use them for parts, and they go out to the, Veronica, the place where they have a thing that they do, a flea market.
A flea market.
Yes, the flea market. They resell. I changed my the hot water heater in my house. I changed it this past year, and the other hot water heater, I had to replace all the parts new in it. Now you could take it to the place here and sell them because they pay you for the copper and the stuff. So I cannot take that to the stuff. My cousin came and helped me put it out there. Within an hour, I look out the window. The trash truck didn't even come. Somebody passed and picked up all that stuff and took it all up. Because there is a lot of parts in it that they can sell and make money, or they take it to the flea market and sell it. So this is why I say one man's trash is another man's treasure. But there's a lot of people out there, the homeless, and they can afford to buy clothes or stuff. But if you donate to the flea market, to the Salvation Army, that's how they make their money. They sell it. They don't sell them very expensive, so they can afford to get it. But like I said, drive around and just see who is out there and offer them a blanket or something warm that they could use, because it does get cold here in the winter, and that comes in very handy for them. But here in Florida, when it's very cold, the homeless shelters make room for them. They have a special place. They put carts out, and they give them a warm meal, a place to sleep during that cold nights if they want to go out during the day, but they open everywhere for them. They don't let them sleep on the street. Who doesn't go in one? That doesn't want to go. But that's a time of the year, Florida tell you, the sheriff department go around and pick them up, see where they are, and they will give them a ride to the shelter. So they do that in the winter. And then I worked in a place that does that, so I know that they do. Because while I was working there and we was having a cold night, they start bringing out all the stuff they need in that room so they can take them up and open up for them. So I think that's all I have to say about clutter now. I don't like it. I really don't. I like to just be able to go and get what I want without moving this, moving that, searching for it and trying to find it.
I know sometimes too we got to be careful because some people they throw out things or they bring things to the Salvation Army, and to themselves they're thinking that's the greatest thing, and the Salvation Army have to throw out or dispose of so many things. The clothes is big, the elastic is gone. I mean, it tear up, it's smelling. Like you don't need, like, use common sense when we throwing things to the Salvation Army or dropping things off there. Please dust them, clean them, wash them, something. Don't just do that because you give them double work because they get so much in one day that they have to sort out. Then they have to sort out like the good from the bad. Then they have to sort out the ones that is dirty. I mean, we should do something much better than that when we give in to the Salvation Army because they have people that shop in the thrift store.
And you're right, Tech. Somebody shouldn't take something that's dirty or smelling because you take it. Have the decency to wash it and it's clean. And I will never take, and anytime I'm doing, if it's not good and it has, people take things that not usable because they want to get rid of it. Don't do that because then they have to do your work for you to get rid of these things. If you're not going to use it and it's not in good quality or shape, don't give it to anyone. Just that's for the trash. Put it in the trash. Don't take it to them. But people does that. You're absolutely right. They do.
Veronica?
I'm just going to say for a minute that it's also called the homeless. When we're taking clothes to them, we should make sure it's in good condition when you're taking it to offer to them, blankets, whatever you're taking to them. Remember, if you cannot wear it and if you won't wear it, then you shouldn't be giving it to that person for the homeless person because you're thinking betterment for you, for them. So and likewise, give to them that it's in good condition so they can be appreciated of it. And that is from your heart, right? So those things are so important. Just like to pass it on also.
Veronica?
Yes, speaking of clutter, I don't know. I don't go into many people's houses to see what's going on inside of their house. So I can only, excuse me, ladies. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to Gemfm listeners. When it comes down to clutter, like I said, I don't visit many people's homes. So I don't know exactly what's going on. I know Dora's house is not cluttered at all. You can go right on through without any problems. However, I know that I have like a paper problem, right? Paper meaning mail that need to be disposed of, old paperwork that, and I have a filing system, but I'm just not using it. And I need to utilize it so that it won't become a issue. Most of my bills come online, so I don't have to worry about that. And it's just mostly junk, or things that really are not that important. So, but during the spring of the year, everybody does spring cleaning, right? And so, that's when you open up the windows and the doors and you let the air in and you're sweeping and mopping and dusting and going the extra mile than what you would normally go. And so, taking out the winter clothes, putting them taking out the summer clothes, leaving them out, and just trying to leave a space for a little bit more. And so, at least that's what's the case with me. And so, I'm in the process of doing that now. Just putting up winter clothes and taking out the summer wear and, just trying to make my space a little bit more organized because I do know that when it comes down to making decisions and even in everyday life, right? Sometimes as well as our space is cluttered, our minds can get cluttered as well. And in order for you to do clear thinking, you have to make sure that your space is clean, make sure it's organized, and make sure that you're doing what you can, because if you trying to look for documents, or you got things in the way, of course it's not going to work. And then not only that, when people come visit your home, you want your home to be nice and clear and clean, smelling good, you that type of thing. And not only for other people, but for yourself, for your own health. Some people don't clean as well. They got mold and different stuff, going on, and that's not good for your health. So it's good to make sure you do a thorough clean, and it's just better to. But me personally, I noticed that in my apartment, I have like a lot of little things, and I said, well, how did I get so many little things? I can't even describe it. It's like I said, if I had to count them all, it probably would be like 30,000 little things. It would be so much, like I think about all the jewelry I have. It's just like little things, like just ornaments that's in the living room, things that go on the I was telling the doors, I said, I need you to come over here and help me declutter. And of course, she hadn't made it here yet, so I'm stuck with it. So, my sister, I was trying to get her to come and help me to reorganize. And, I've been here for 8 years and she still haven't come yet. So, I even hired, this is a couple of years ago, I was actually having foot surgery, and I hired a cleaning lady to come help me. And she was like, okay, my price is $140 per hour, and it's a minimum of 3 hours, right? Yeah. I said, great, you're hired. Right? I said, you're hired. And she came over, she took a look at everything, and she says, oh, it looks like I'm gonna need some extra help. And I said, okay. And so she says, I'm gonna get my nephew and I'm gonna come back. So she came back maybe late in the evening. And so she started cleaning, and she says, she told her nephew, she said, to the car with me and some more supplies. So as she said that, I said, oh, that's not a good sign, right? So she comes back in maybe 10 minutes later, and she said, I have some good news and I have some bad news. I said, well, give me the bad news first. So she says, I see you have too much going on right here, so I'm not gonna be able to finish the job. So I was like, oh my gosh. She was like, the good news is that what we've done so far, I'm not gonna charge you for it. But what it was is that I was moving from one place to the other. And then, I had to pack everything was already packed up. And I just wanted her to do just the cleaning of it. And everything was just all in the way. And, my closet had not been cleaned yet. And I was telling her that's the main thing, the bathroom, the kitchen, and the closet is the main thing where I need help in. And she was like, this closet, honey. She was like, I don't know what to tell you. And so I end up, it was good though, because I end up doing it myself. And I did not move again, because I was going to move like 2 doors down. And I did not move again, which I'm grateful that I did not. And so I got in there little by little, and I was able to get the results that I wanted and needed, and it worked out fine. Now it's time to redo it again. And so now this time what I started doing is taking out the winter clothes, putting them up, taking them out of the way, blankets, all of that stuff that I'm not going to be using this summer. I'm going to take and store all that away, and then I'll start from a clean slate. organize my clothes according to the color. To like, I put all my pants and my jeans on one side. I put all my tops and blouses and stuff on the other side. And I color coordinate them and make sure, whatever else I have in there, shoes, purses, I organize those according to, colors and styles. And, so, it's a lot of work, but, in the end result, it pays off, because then you can go in and say, oh, let me go in my closet. This is what I want to wear. The big thing for me is my dining room table. Oh my gosh. Because my space is so limited, I have like groceries on the table, right? Groceries on the table. And yeah, just
Internet.
Yeah, she's still talking. You're talking about the groceries on the table.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, because you're still talking on the internet. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. My bandwidth is low. That's what it's telling me. My bandwidth is low. So anyway, just decluttering is very important for all of us, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It is good for us to declutter. We don't want anything to stand in our way. And so I'm in the process now of taking away winter clothes and trying to do. So, that's all I can say for that right now. I'm not sure if I answered all the questions. Oh, and as far as peace in the home, yes. As far as peace I don't have to worry about peace in the home because I'm here by myself, and it is always peaceful. I don't argue with myself. I don't complain. Whatever I put down is there. However I leave it is there. I'm good on peace.
So, Veronica, you need 3 piles, okay? Do like I did. You need 3 piles. 1 for the church, 1 for the Salvation Army, and then the rest goes in your closet, and you organize those. So, you do like, that's what me and my cousin did. We made, and we had, okay, church, our Salvation Army, for Grenada, for your closet, and just reorganize. So that's what you need to do. Don't think twice about it. Am I going to wear this? Do I really need that? Am I going to? Nah, just put it there. Make room for new clothes. So that's what I did. I was just shopping.
I do.
And time still on them. Never wore them. Now I want new things. Because every day, spring come, you see new style, new fashion. Oh, I want that. So then you don't go back and wear that. They just sit there. So I'm like, okay, why do it? Just separate them and just don't worry about I didn't wear it. Don't worry about the price tag still on it. Just, I'm giving it away. Somebody else could use it more than I do because it's just sitting in my closet. So you need 3 piles. So I would do like your son. Mom, trash. Mom, you don't need that. Get rid of it. She have a son like my aunt's son, okay?
Yeah, I do have a big stack of things that need to be donated, and I just haven't gotten there yet. And one day I found myself, I said, you know what, this is too good to give away. I ended up putting it back on, washing it, putting it back on. So I was like, maybe later I'll donate that. Because I believe in giving people what I would want to receive. I would never give somebody something that I wouldn't want to receive. So, I know one day I looked down at it, I was like, you know what? That blouse is still okay. So let me wear it.
We all do that, trust me. We
Once
find,
it
oh my
goes on
gosh.
the ground, that's it. Once it goes on the ground, that's it. I know you're not staying, but you're just gonna sit there until I get to you. But once it come down, that's it. It's going. There's no mercy. Because I have a hose of the new clothes there I'm to throw out. I'll bring it I'm to the Salvation Army. They're very good clothes, but the Lord says, get rid of them. Just you don't have to tell me twice. I know what I'm doing. So it's got to get rid of them.
Yeah. And let me ask you, ladies, do y'all like when you get ready to go shopping, like like the spring of the year, you have to go and shop for new things for the spring and for the summer. Do you start off with your undergarments first, like buying all of those first and then shopping for the clothing? Or do you just do it all at the same time? No?
Sure.
Put those
You know,
underwears.
I shop during I shop right through the season if I need to pick stuff up because sometimes you go places you may find summer stuff sit in the store. You go to the rack, and winter you go to the rack. So I don't really actually wait until a particular season to pick stuff up. I shop in and out of season and whatever I need, so that way at least I don't have too many things inside that's sitting there, and I'm wearing them. I'm actually wearing them all the time. And then when I'm through with wearing them, I say I won't wear this anymore. I make sure it's in good condition, pack it, and take it to where it needs to go so somebody can benefit from it. But I try not to be the clutter because it's a little bit too much when I see it. I just like the place to be empty,
Mhm.
and I can go and get what I want and come out, and I like that emptiness to see the space and everything. So cluttering is not my friend.
Yeah.
So I don't have no winter clothes to pack away. I probably have a lot of shawls that I pack away and a lot of like coveralls, shawls or sweater. I have two or three sweater. I don't buy winter stuff because I'm always hot. So you mostly find me buying some summer something. And then in the winter time, come and just put on like an extra jeans jacket or just wrap. So I don't have that to put away this and pull down this. No, if I would not cope. I wouldn't cope.
Yeah, I do the same thing, Tex.
No, I wouldn't cope with that.
Yeah. I bought a lot of long sleeve stuff and I can't wear them. And I got rid of all of them because I will not wear them. And now it gets cold here, but I rather buy a summer top and put a jacket over it or a sweater.
Yeah.
So that time I could always use it because then, even though it's winter and I put in long sleeve, as soon as I get in the car or I put anything over it, I start feeling hot. So I don't buy a lot of long sleeve things. If I buy, you have to be like a sheer sleeve or something very thin or very light. So I decided I am not spending money to buy sweaters. If I have one or two that we have a really cool day, then I can use that. Other than that, I don't buy those things because it's just, for me, I'm wasting money for something I will not wear, where I could buy something I can use all the time. Because like you, Tex, oh Lord, I'm hot. I get hot very easily.
Yeah, and when I get hot, I get frustrated, I get flustered, I'm so irritable. Just let me take it off. I just want, wheresoever I am, I just want to strip. So because of that, I don't get myself into much of long sleeve stuff. I wear a lot of shoulder off in the winter time because I sweat a lot. So the next topic we're gonna bring. Are we finished talking about decluttering? Someone?
I think so.
I could go on all day with it, but no, I'm just joking.
So for Veronica, you have to do some homework. You go on YouTube and look for the word hoarders, and you want to see some houses.
The difference between me and a hoarder, right? I'm not a hoarder
Mhm.
because every day I'm throwing out stuff, right? I'm throwing out stuff every day. Everything that I have in my apartment, I use it. It's either
So-
to beautiful. It's either
So what
to
I'm
beautiful.
saying, there is some people that you call hoarders. It's the houses right on they have to step over everything.
No, that is not my place.
Yeah, that's a bad thing. Yeah.
That is not. No, if you come in, you can sit down, you can sit, and you won't have to worry about clothes on the floor or the chair or anything like that. Everything is going to be nice and neat and pleasant.
This is very nice.
Yeah, and
move in there and throw you out. I don't have a problem with that. But if I throw you out, I'm just being ungrateful. Put you out on the street. Nice, cozy place, no children. I will be sleeping whole day and whole night.
yeah.
I would do that to you. I'm having problem closing this music that's going on, and I don't know how to turn off the watch. Oh, I got it. Let's see if I get the music to stop. So the other one that I was, the other question that I have, the topic is, what is it? Is it how to know somebody? And how do you go from hi friend to hi friend? Do you go from that stage to this stage? And it doesn't mean boyfriend and girlfriend. Like me and Minister Olivet, we're just buddies. So that's a different level of friendship. But how do you get to know somebody? What steps do you take to know somebody? I'm clumsy in that one. It's okay.
I'll go, and because I do this easily. For me, for me, I love to talk to people. I love to hear their stories. And so it's nothing for me to pick up a conversation with a person. All I would have to do is find something that's interesting to me, and I'll ask them about it. Or if I see something interesting going on with them, I'll say, make a comment about it. And then it just leads into a conversation. And how you go from initially meeting someone to really feeling like comfortable with that person, like you can, like for an example, I might be able to send Doris a text and it might have a misspelled word on it, but she gets me, right? Or, maybe I, left a word out or something like that. When you're talking to somebody, you says, you know what, I understand where this person is coming from. It's because you find common ground. And once you find common ground with someone, it's easy to connect with them, because then you can take that common ground and build on it. And that's what I've learned with Doris, because I remember Doris is going to kill me for this, but I remember one day we were at a dinner, well, not a dinner party, but we was with our singles group. And I looked next door and Doris was just talking to me. I said, where did this lady come from? I said, where did she go? But when I looked at her, she reminded me so much of my mother, and her skin complexion, how I said, oh my God, this lady is beautiful, and so that's what sometimes it's just the person's look that draws you to that person, it's so many things that it could be a voice. I've had a significant other and had a nice deep voice, and I was like, oh my God, this is a nice voice. So it can vary, so many things that can draw you near to a person, experiences, looks, mannerism, the way they dress, common conversation. It's so many avenues that you can use to get to know a person. And if a person is open, then I don't mind sharing. But one thing I don't like is to share information with a person who does not want to share back. I have a pet peeve about that, because, I have, siblings, female siblings that I share information with, and I found out they're not sharing information back. So, for that reason, I kind of tend to keep my conversation very short. And so, I just, I'm a type of person, I talk a lot. I tell a lot. Doris is always telling me to, Veronica, shut up. So you don't need to tell that. So, anyway, I enjoy people. I think God did a good thing when he put us on the earth together for us to, fellowship with one another. And I thank God for that, because we learn so many things from so many different people, so many different aspects. And I really enjoyed it. So when I meet people, I enjoy listening to their story. And I don't mind sharing with them what my story is. So that is my take for now. I just think you just have to find common ground and then ease in there.
I'm very hard in making friends. I gotta trust you from a distance first. The Lord have to speak to me, and then I'll inch it in, because I'm very open, and I'm not afraid to bring a conversation piece. But if I find I can't really trust you, then I don't wait. You just will not see me. So my doors close very easy. A long time to open. Minister Oliver is very friendly, very quiet, but friendly.
I know Minister Darcy is different. Okay, Miss Darcy, I want to hear from you first. We want to hear from you.
My thing about it is, there's a lot of people, you meet a lot of people, you speak with them, you talk with them, but do you really know them as a person? So for me, I have to really know that person very well to talk about anything personal, anything that is of importance. But if I find out I'm talking to you, trust you as a friend, and tell you my personal business or certain things, and you go tell it to someone else, you will not hear anything about that. I will still talk to you. I'm a people person. I don't hate people on people or thing. But if you can't keep a secret and I can't trust you, trustworthy, I'm not going to tell you anything on that. We'll talk about, anything other than, anything concerning my business, my affairs. Because if you trust someone with certain information, especially personal, and you find out they go, because when you talk to someone in confidence, that's between you and that person. It's not for somebody else. It is your story to tell, not my story to go tell someone else. So a lot of that times they look at that as a betrayal, because I trusted you. I had confidence in you. And you went over and go and tell Mary what I told you. If I wanted to tell Mary, I would have told Mary. I wouldn't tell you. So my pet peeve is that if I tell you something because I trusted you, or else I will not tell you. So I don't need to go hear it from someone else. If I do, you will never hear anything personal or confidential from me again. That doesn't mean I'm going to keep your enemy. I just learned that certain things I cannot trust you with. So we're going to leave that alone. And that is not going to be a part of, that conversation. So this is why I have a thing. It takes a long time for me to trust people who have confidence in them because of past history with those things, because of people who like to, you tell somebody one thing and then you hear it from Tom, Dick, and Harry. And I was like, really? If you tell me something and you say that's between me and us, because certain things we will say, hey, I'm going to tell you this, but that's just between you and I, no one else. That's because that person don't want it to get out there. So if you go out there and tell them, for me, that's a betrayal, because you betray that person's trust and the confidence, which they're going to lose that trust and confidence in you now. So we as people, we have, a lot of friends, and that could include anyone, family, friends. So we must not betray the trust or confidence when they tell us something that's in confidence that they want, that because they tell you, because like I said, they trust you. And when they lose that trust is something it takes years and time to build. But once you break that trust and confidence, all it takes is that 1 minute or one time, and that sometimes you never get it back, or you never rebuild that trust with that person. Because they betrayed me once, you always have it, they're going to betray me again. So I'm not going to take any chance. So we must be, and like Veronica was talking about that, yes, Veronica talked too much. Yes, I fuss about it with that all the time. She just meets someone and she would talk about things that she shouldn't be saying, talking about. I'm like, why do they need to know that? Why do you need to tell them that? That's not the business. You don't know them like that. So I've been fussing with her about that. And I'm trying to get her on the straight and narrow with that. Because she does that. And I'm trying to show her, can't trust everybody you meet. You don't know them like that. You don't know anything about them. You don't know the history. They don't need to know anything like, keep it to yourself. So
Yeah,
she has that tendency.
Yeah, things come out easy. A trustworthy person, they don't think that people is out to get them. I learned that the hard way, because if I trust you, I just go everything in. And then after I say, well, why did I share such deep things?
Yes.
And it come back and to hurt you. So you're constantly getting hurt all the time because you're not thinking that people is wicked or people is bad. It's just, oh no, that's a friendly guy. It's okay. It's a friendly woman. Oh no, I can trust them. Not knowing that it's just a setup sometimes.
Not everybody is your friends. Not everybody out there is your friend. They use your own words to hurt you.
Yeah.
And so they do. So you have to be very careful. And for me, I have to know you very well and trust you to be able to talk about things or open about things. You have to show me that you're trustworthy and I can have that confidence in you. If you don't, it takes time for that, because I learned that people take your own words and your own things you tell them to come back and throw it in your face and to hurt you with the same thing.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful about that, so that is something. And I know we all, sometimes, and people come across so trustworthy and so good sometimes, but that's why I say, how well do you know that person? Because you don't know somebody overnight. It takes time to build that trust and build that relationship. And you have to, pay attention, listen to them, the actions, the attitude, the interaction with you. When they talk to you, listen to their voice. There are certain things that somebody could talk, and if you listen carefully, listen, a liar never remember the story they tell you last week. They tell you that today, then you talk to them a few days later and they tell you the same story, but they tell you in a different way, because a liar never remember the lie they told you last week. Then they have to keep lying to cover up the lie they told you last week, the week before, and they continue. And if you listen, you would realize, but you told me that already, but that's not the way you told me. So that means you aren't telling me the truth, because when you tell the truth, it comes from the heart to remember that truth the way it was. So you will always tell the same story.
That's right.
And you know who told me that? My cousin. He said, Doris, do you know how to lie? I said, what you mean? He said, because you will tell somebody the story. You tell me something 5 years ago, and you would come back and tell me the exact same way you told me 5 years ago. I said, that's because this is the way it happened. And I told it exactly how it happened and the truth. I don't have to remember what I told, because there is memory of things that you keep in your mind and your heart, and you'll never forget it, because that was something important to you. So you will tell the story the way it happened and how you remembered it. But when you tell a lie, add to it and make up to the story, you cannot tell it the exact way the same time, because you didn't tell the truth the first time. You made up things to it. That's why they say it's better to believe, it's easier for people to believe a lie than to believe the truth, because the lie is always more juicy, because you add to it to make it sound much more entertaining than it was. So you have to keep telling a lie to cover up the lie. So, don't lie, folks, because you get caught, because you can't keep up that lie forever. You will trip up, and people have good memory. You tell them something 5 years ago, you come back and tell them, they go, remember that story, because that is not the way you told it then. So now you ask question, were you telling the truth then? So this is why I made a joke the other day and said, I need somebody to teach me how to lie. Because I don't think it's worth lying. If, everybody may not agree with you. You know what I said? I tell people, I can deal with a lie. I can deal with the truth better than I deal with a lie. Because when you lie to me and I trusted you, you're my friend, whoever you are. I will be hurt. I will be angry because you lie. I may feel like you took me like a fool and thinking that you could do. Tell me the lie. I'll be hurt. I may cry. I may be angry. I may be upset. But I'll deal with it, get over it, and move on. I choose to forgive you and say, you know what? I understand why you tell the lie. It wasn't right. It was wrong. But I forgive you, and we're going to move on from here. But don't tell that lie again. We don't do that anymore. Yeah. So I just plain talk bad manners.
Yeah.
And people wouldn't understand that. Don't keep lying to me, because when I find out you lied to me, I get upset. Because you took me for a fool and think you could continue lying to me. Everything in the dark comes to light.
Hey, that's right. That's right.
So don't think that you will speak and say, you may lie for a person for a long period of time, think you will never get caught. But it comes out eventually. That's the way life is. And that is the God's truth. So don't think you will keep lying to a person and trying to fool him, and it's going to continue. It will come to the light. So just do it the same time. You mess up. You did something wrong. Accept it. Admit it. Tell the truth. Deal with it. And go from there. It may not turn out the way you want it, you expect it to be, but when you tell the truth will set you free. And it will be better you tell the truth. Because if there should be redemption, there should be forgiveness, is by you being honest and telling that truth, talking about it, get it out in the open, deal with it and move forward. So people stop the lying and thinking, oh, well, I'm going to get away with it. I'm going to keep lying, and you're going to get caught eventually. It's just a matter of time.
And another thing that people do, like you tell them something and then they turn the story and they ask you the same question over and over in different ways. And I laugh at that. It's like, why? Why do you have to do that?
Do you know that even jobs do that? When you fill out certain application, you have to. When I had to do the job where you carry a weapon, they give you a psych test with hundreds of questions. And they ask you the same question. Every different pages, you see the same question in a different way. They turn it around and ask you in a way to confuse you, to see how well your mind works, or how, because you're carrying a weapon, which somebody's life is at stake with you carrying that weapon. So they test you all kind of ways psychologically, ask you if you're afraid of dying, if you're afraid of being locked in a closet, so that psych test, when you go through it, thank God I passed it with flying colors.
Okay, so we're going to turn to Minister Olivet.
Wow, great discussion, I'm telling you, and great transparency. I like that. It takes a while to know somebody. They can't know somebody overnight. And for me, when I go out, I just go out and I meet people on the way. Doesn't mean that we're going to have a friendship or a relationship or such forth, but I just happen to go out and I see you and I say, hi, good morning, or whatever the situation is, just greet somebody. That's you're out. But if you see the person and you see the person again, you keep saying hi. If you see the person more than one time, it doesn't mean that you're going to be a friend, but it just means acquaintances, people you associate yourself with. So you say hi to them all the time, but you don't have to share no set of information to them, because you're just saying hi to them. How are you? See them again. How was your day? How was your week? How was your family? Such forth. But you don't need to disclose all this information to someone when you meet them. Even 2, 3, 4 months go by, you may not, see that friendship developing. It just means that it's somebody you just want to say hi to all the time and see what they're doing. And that's okay. It's like living in a neighborhood or living at your workplace, but so when you want to develop a friendship with somebody, you tend to have that tugginess that there's something unique about this person that you want this person to be a friend with. And so it may go on from there, you may see them again and, share different things, but you're not going to get into depth of anything. You may see the person maybe in a barbecue or talking about it, exchange conversation while you're there, or you could be in a gathering exchanging conversation, but you're not really disclosing just about anything at all because you just be neutral in the conversation. And things may expire where you and this person maybe end up being somewhere where you can talk, but at the same time, you don't know the person don't know you. So it takes a time for you to see this person. I know this person really nice, or want to build a friendship with this person, and it takes a while. So nothing happened overnight, nothing happened immediately, or nothing happened, accidentally. But it's how you go about building that friendship, knowing that person. Is what is it you're looking for? What is it you're asking yourself about this person, or ask yourself about yourself? What is it you need to disclose, or when situation arises, you can see the person or you can see yourself handling situation, then that could help you also to get to know this person. So it will take time to know somebody. And it's not to because somebody being nice to you quickly, you said, oh, this person is very nice. Oh, this person is, I want to be friend with this person. This person, I think of a good heart. And you're starting to make assumptions. It takes gradually for you to spend that time to see the person in action in different areas. And you yourself started picking up on things that, so, well, this person is, I can see this about this person. So it takes a while for you to form any relationship, any at all, when you look at it, and any friendship. But yes, you can go to meet others outside, and that's okay for us to do, greet each other. But to build a friendship or a relationship with someone, it really takes time. And it really takes time to see this person in the open, in different areas. And consistently, you can start picking up and say, well, we have this in common. This person's okay. I can trust the person this far. We can do this, or we're here. And then that will help you to develop who you really is, and the person can see you. And from there, as the months go by, even years it can take. It can take even years to know somebody if you truly want a friendship. So it's not something that we need to push ourselves into, but we always need to be courteous to people, always greet each other and be polite in a sense. Because you never can tell, who this person is. Maybe it could be a relative, maybe you never know, or somebody you could met through somebody else. But always take that air of caution to not quickly drop the ball and say, well, I know this person is okay. Because you can be disappointed. You can be also in trouble to say, well, I thought this person was this. That's your assumption. But if you only give time to everything, then can be able to say, well, this is what I've seen, this is what it looks like, and this is where I've seen it, and this is how things occur. Then you can be able to make that conscious decision in a positive way and say, well, this is okay. But still, we ought to be very cautious when it comes to meeting others, because you don't know their background and they don't know your background. You just meeting them, and that takes a while, because people takes time to show who they really is. You can't see it overnight, but you can see it gradually as they go by. So we need to have that consciousness about us, even as believers, and even not even unsaved. We need to know people in general, how to form friendship and go gradually, so that you're not being disappointed or then feel that I don't need to make friends because one person hurt me, so why do I have to make friends with somebody else? So this is where we're going to be very cautious in what we're doing. And then be about in a friendly manner and openness to know that I'm able, confident in yourself, that I'm able to can make friends. And I can be friends to other people. And I'm okay in the environment. I'm fine. Mentally, if I'm wholeness, I'm fine. So I'm okay even if I make error, if I'm not sure, I still, I'm there to say, well, I can build friendship. Because that's what we are created to build friendship, right? So we need to be cautious when it comes to friendship. I know when to take caution, when to go ahead and when to roll back and say, I need to step back for a minute, and remember to overlook things that you may see and just wait for time, because time truly will tell you how things will roll as you go on. So again, friendship is good, and we just need to know how to go about it in a positive way and look in every area, every angle you can look in it. Don't see things as they are. Open every box, close every door, every window of everything. And that will help us as ourselves individually, and it help you to know you can be friend with somebody else. And that is what I believe we created to be. And God knows who we need to be with. And we will know, you will know. You know, there's a sense in you where you will aware that this person can be friend with. And that's where your trust and confidence come in, right? After a period of time. So whether we are adults, we're children, it takes a time to know. You know, if you watch children how they play, they're so innocent, but yet they know when to cry, when to move away, right? So we as adults, when it comes into friendship, we need to be aware of how we get into friendship and why and who, and know when to draw back and when to be still and when to say yes and when to say no. We need to just be open in what we're doing and to build better friendships with people.
That's true. That's well taken. I get turned off very easy. If I hear somebody lie or if I hear somebody gossip, I just tune that person off. I don't know how to bring that person back in. And because of that, I will just say hi. And that's as far as a conversation would ever go. That's a weakness that I have and I need to work on it. Or if I go somewhere and I look up to a person and I hear that person make a derogatory comment about somebody else, to me that's a red line. It's a person that you could never trust, and they would always say something behind your back. So people like that, I leave them be, and I don't form no form of relationship. Hi and goodbye is the most that I would ever tell that person. If the persons are unsafe, it's totally different, because then I can correct them. If it's a Christian and a person that I look up to, that's it. I'm for you. Just right there, you're off. I forgive you, but I would not make it my duty to come up and talk to you. It's a write-off. And we must not do that. That's just my weakness of I think because like the word I was too petty for the season. So that's why I says, oh yeah, if you can do that in front of me, what are you doing behind my back? So there are some people you just gotta leave them alone or say hi from a distance. It helps you and it helps them. There are some people you gotta protect your own sanity from. Just for you not sinning, you just gotta protect your sanity. And no matter how much you come back, it's up to you, because you cannot keep getting hurt and hurt and hurt and top hurt. You got to look at yourself and see, what am I attracting? Am I attracting the same set of people? Everywhere I go, am I attracting that same type of people? Is like growing up in a home, and if your mother or your father are abusers and cussing, then you start to get those type of friends. Because why? Those are the friends that you associate with better. You need to stop and ask yourself a question. Why am I attracting these kind of people? Why is these kind of same people coming into my life? Now you got to step back and take a good scope of things to see where I stand. What am I attracting, and why are they so attracted to me? So we gotta, for our sanity's sake, sometimes it is healthy to go very quiet and take another step and see, well, what am I doing? It's always good to think about you and not the other person's feelings, because you gotta protect you. Yeah. So if you're a person with low self-esteem and you have friends that is strong, those are not your friends, because they're gonna say things to you as a joke, but because you have low self-esteem, you get hurt. So somebody, I'm telling you, oh, you're so fat and you wouldn't get this, or you're so this and you wouldn't get. Those are people that you just gotta feed at a distance. Yeah. If you're suffering with depression, you have people that could encourage you, and it have others who don't even have the gift of encouragement. Well, can't you just get up, just shake it off? It's okay, just shake it off and stand up. Those are the people you don't need around you. But you need people that would understand you in your season. And those are the people that you want. People that know how to speak to you, respect you on every level. Those are the type of people that you want around you. And we give God praise and thanks. And this is the end of the show. It was a good one today. You want to say something, Veronica, before we close out?
No, the time went by so fast.
I know.
I was waiting for the next topic.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be and from Monday, I'm holding everybody responsible to bring an idea.
Gotcha.
Just as how I hold the morning show responsible, so I'm gonna hold the 2:30 show responsible. So we all have to come with a topic and we could fly with it. Yeah. So it's agreed?
It's agreed.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So now we're gonna say hi to those folks that is on the Gemfm page. We have 40 people share already. Wow. So 38 people and more share and 2 comments. Wow. A lot of people is in today. And those on Radioland, the 2:30 show is ready for you. I mean, I know a lot of people come in on Facebook in the morning time and in the evening time, but Radioland, this is here for you. So I want to say thank you to Radioland for being there with us in the morning and in the evening, but we more talk to them on the evening show. Want to tell you how much we love you and continue to share that link so others can listen to us. So we want to say, we got to bring our hands together now. And we got to count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got to give a big kiss to Radioland. Then I'm going to tell you what Veronica say about you. Kukum.
Yes.
It's called a heartbeat from Veronica.
Heartbeat. Yeah.
Love you all and have a gorgeous weekend. And I'll see you guys back on Monday.
Yes.
Love you guys. Have a great weekend.
Text. If it's according to Pastor Fleming, if it's the Lord's will.
If it's the Lord's will.
Monday, please the Lord. I will see you guys.
Yes.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you.
God bless you, ladies. Have a great weekend.
Have an awesome weekend.
Love you guys.
Okay, bye-bye. Love you. Bye.